Hello, this is DanielPlays. My name is Daniel and welcome to yet another Minecraft video. In this one, of course, we're going to be taking a look at the best low-end shaders for Minecraft 1.18.1. You've heard it right, the best low-end shaders for Minecraft 1.18.1. Those shaders, of course, will include shaders that run extremely well on older PCs that don't include a lot of super high-end features, so it's possible for you guys to actually run it on lower end and older PCs. So with that being said, if you actually already enjoyed this video, or if you're looking forward to this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up, and whilst you're down there, also click that subscribe button. And then last but not least, a list of all the shaders that you're about to see in this video are going to be down in the description. Just visit the link to DanielPlays.net, and there you can also find a link to all of these shader packs should you actually want to give one of these shader packs a try. So the first shader pack of this video is going to be T Shaders, and it is pretty spectacular, not for the amount of effects that it adds, but for the amount of FPS that you get with this pack. As you can see, you get waving leaves, waving grass, so waving foliage overall, and you get a couple of other effects such as ambient occlusion, which supply these darker contact areas between blocks, and there's some subtle anti-aliasing which you can disable for some extra FPS. And I was gonna actually leave this birch forest because I thought it was boring, but then I noticed this big hole, and it's crazy. This is how crazy Minecraft 1.18 and 18.1 world generation really is. And what's cool about this shader pack, I mean, for some people it may actually be really obnoxious, but I can see this actually being a pretty cool feature as well. So with these shader packs, which were mainly made for 1.17.1, when y equals 0 was still the bottom level, the lowest you could possibly build. And so this is a pretty neat feature that when you actually go underground, it turns all dark and black even during daytime. And this is one of these beautiful lush caves. Wow, I haven't even properly explored this new update yet, but it looks awesome. So the next shader pack is called Chocopics High Performance Shaders. And these, I know I've included these in other videos as well, but they're just great. And especially considering I've just shown you T shaders, this is a great alternative. So if you want another low-end shader, but you want different effects, like pretty much everything T shaders doesn't have, then this is the perfect shader pack for you, because this one doesn't add waving foliage, but it adds pretty much everything else. So it adds shadows, very simple shadows, but it adds shadows, it adds custom sunlight, and a beautiful bright sun with some sun glare. And now Chocopic, the toaster edition, is actually available in both a toaster and a low version, and it's pretty confusing, but the toaster version is actually the lowest version with the highest FPS, and the low version has a little bit better quality shadows and actually gives you a little less FPS. And now this next shader pack, I mean, I already hear you guys say, Daniel, this is not a low-end shader pack. And you're probably somewhat right. This shader pack is called DrDestens McShaders, and I also included this one in the best shaders for Minecraft 1.18 compilation, if I remember properly. I'm not entirely sure, but the fact that it runs this well on older systems is why I just had to include it in this video as well. Because sometimes there's people watching these low-end videos and they don't realize that they might actually have a relatively powerful PC that may be able to run a shader pack with features like DrDestens McShaders. So DrDestens McShaders has some really good looking water. It's very subtle, it's very calm actually. Some shaders actually go way over the top with these waves and the water parallax and stuff like that. This is just nice and simple, and I really like this shader pack. The performance gains are mostly due to the fact that even though it has some pretty neat features, it doesn't include any shadows, and that is a very resource intensive feature. So by leaving shadows out altogether, there's no longer these big FPS drops that you get with other packs that do have shadows. One feature that you have to get used to is this outline. Well, it's a feature that I think was added just to make this pack a little more unique, because blocks close to you will have this white outline, and well, if you enjoy that, then that's great, but you can also disable it very easily. Now, for the record, this shader pack doesn't perform as well as the previous two that I've just shown you and the one that I'm about to show you. I just wanted to give you this option just like I've included Sora shaders in one of these videos before, and some people actually thanked me for that because they were able to run Sora shaders and they actually loved the shader pack. And I hope the same happens for this pack because it's a relatively new pack and it definitely deserves some more attention. And now here's a wonderful low-end shader pack that works really well even in Minecraft 1.18 below y equals 0. Of course, all the other packs also work just fine with Minecraft 1.18 and 1.18.1, but this one actually doesn't have any issues with the new lower underground levels. Well, apart from maybe switching from daytime, as you can see in the distance, to nighttime when you go below 0. But normally you would never notice that because you'd be in a cave. You can enjoy the beautiful lush caves using this shader pack called Builder's Quality of Life Shaders. It's usually called Builder's QoL and it is known for its great performance, its simple look, and like I said, it performs great, so it will give you great FPS. Some of the features it includes is, of course, the fancy lighting on blocks that actually are a light source, such as the glow berries. It also adds custom water. Now, it's very blurry by default, but you can change that in the settings. So I just went ahead and made the water a little less blurry, and now it looks even better in my opinion. So the fact that you can get great FPS with this pack is also due to the fact that it doesn't have shadows. So it's actually very simple in its features, but the features it does have look absolutely gorgeous, such as the light sources I just pointed out. The water also looks pretty cool and it is completely customizable. So if you want to customize the water, then that is definitely something you should look into because you can do that with this shader pack. Oh, and one more thing that I forgot to mention is the sky also looks relatively realistic in my opinion. The sun is really bright and there's some fluffy clouds out there. So this shader pack actually feels like a proper shader with a lot of features, even though it's very low end. So that's been it for this video. If you actually did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these shaders is actually your favorite low-end shader. Also, let me know how many FPS you were able to get using these shaders. And then last but not least, as always, I will of course catch you in the next one. See ya!